What's going on, guys? It is NoahzHD here, back again with another video. So today, we're going to be talking about Week 4 predictions. It is Thursday. I'm filming late. I do apologize. But yeah, no face cam today again. We're just going to do some quick predictions, what I think about all the NFL teams. Of course, I'm your number one Saints fan here today to tell you what do I think about Week 4. And I'm going to show you, my record right now in Pick'em. It's not too well. I think next episode I'll show you what my record is. So we can keep up to see how correct I am with these predictions. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's go ahead and get started. So here's the sheet I'm going to use. We have all the updated records of all the NFL teams. So we have the AFC North, the South, the East, and the West, and so on for the NFC. And we are third in the division, quantary of the Panthers being 3-0, beating non-impressive teams, the Buccaneers being the Buccaneers, and us, which hopefully we will not be there next week. Now, the Panthers, well, let's just start from the top. Tonight, Jaguars-Bengals. The Bengals should take this one. Joe Burrow, obviously, getting one of my favorite players. I own a Joe Burrow jersey. Jaguars are dysfunctional. Urban Meyer doesn't really know. Well, he doesn't really have a rhythm with the Jaguars yet. They don't really have the best defense, etc., etc. The Bengals have no excuse after their win off the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. So Bills, Texans, don't even have to say anything. Bills are a top 5 team. They are going to win. Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. So I want to try to make every game accurate, and Jacoby Brissett's going to go in, and, what's it called? Carson Wentz going to go in. They just got off a very ugly loss. They seem to not know what they're going at. This is in Miami. This is going to be a game of who plays better. The Colts have a great defense. They're 0-3. Me personally, I'm going to pick the Indianapolis Colts here. Why? Jacoby Brissett, he is a very good game manager. Now, Dolphins, can they win? Yeah, 100%. I think the Colts are just downplaying how, they're not as bad as they portray to be right now. Now, the Dolphins, they can easily win, but, something tells me, just Colt. I don't know why, all right? Don't question me. Titans should beat the Jets. I mean, this is just going to be written off. The Jets are still learning under Saleh and Zach Wilson. This game should be thrown in the can. I don't think anybody else will question that. Ravens at the Denver Broncos. This is going to be a game that I am super interested in watching because Lamar Jackson has been getting away with win after win. Barely, by just a hair. I mean, seriously. Justin Tucker and delay a game? I mean, barely. And the Broncos haven't beat anyone good. So this is insanely in terms of, who's going to win this? So, my pick, drinking some Premier protein drink, is going to be the Denver Broncos. Now, you're probably asking, why? Teddy Bridgewater, I'm rooting for the guy. I really think that they can beat the Baltimore Ravens here with Marcus, who is it? No, Marcus Peters. I forgot who was out, but I think it was Marcus Peters who tore his ACL. Gus Edwards, they still don't have a run game. That Broncos front seven's great. Their secondary is extremely improved. I think they're a top 10 team in football, and I think they need to have a statement win. They have all the weapons. They have a decent line. Teddy Bridgewater's there. I don't see a reason why they would lose. Plus, it's in Denver, so yeah. Raiders versus the Chargers. This game could go either way. I'm really trying to look at everything. They have Joey Bosa. They have some problems on the defensive side still. This game could go either way, in my opinion. The Raiders are actually pretty solid all around as a football team. Like, what? Question mark. The Raiders are actually solid this year. Yeah, they are. They are pretty deadly, too, with Derek Carr top 3 in the MVP race. So, in my opinion, Monday Night Football, by the way. This is Monday Night Football. Excuse me. That is a spam caller. So, Raiders, Chargers, Monday Night Football, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be one I think people are going to remember. I'm going to take the Raiders, though, in a close game once more. Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. In my opinion, the Eagles, they're the Eagles. The Chiefs need a bounce-back win. I think Jalen Hurts is actually going to have a pretty good game, discarding that Chiefs defense. The Chiefs don't have any excuse to lose this game. If they lose this game, there's something wrong. There's something big wrong, okay? Browns at the Vikings. So, Cleveland Browns are getting OBJ back. They just had Jarvis Landry out, so we're going to see what they can do here. But the Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins, they just destroyed Seahawks without Dalvin Cook. Alexander Madison had a great game versus Seattle, and in my opinion, Browns-Vikings, this is a little matchup. Their front seven is going to feast. Justin Jefferson, this is going to be one of the best games this week. You guys are going to be talking about it. Week 4, Browns-Vikings, how good was that game? I think this is going to be a game that people are going to talk about as one of the best games this week. Very even in teams, but if I had to give the slight edge in defense and offense and special teams, I'd say the Browns have a slight edge. Just slight, though. I can see the Vikings winning easily. Steelers at the Green Bay Packers. Well, I hate the Green Bay Packers. I really do. And I think the Steelers should be a lot better than they actually are. Pretty much like every year. I think that's the theme song of the Steelers. We're actually, we look good on paper, but Jesus, when we hit the football field, we're garbage. So, the Steelers, I don't know. Packers should win this one after their defense looked pretty solid versus not the Lions, who they just the 49ers. The defense locked up versus a pretty decent offense and George Kittle. So if the Packers can lock up against George Kittle, they should be fine. The Packers should win this game. They look the same as they did last year. Even though we exposed them week 1, I honestly, I'm starting to buy into the media of saying that win was honestly not as impressive as it looks. So, I'm still going to have fun over that win versus Green Bay, by the way. But anyway, Buccaneers, Patriots. Buccaneers, no question, no hesitation. Now, is it because of what I saw? Now, Judon, what's his name? Mike Judon, something Judon, right? He's a stud for the Patriots. He showed how good he is. I think he's going to hit Tom Brady a lot. I think this game is going to be a little closer than people think. But Tom Brady is not going to go in Foxborough and let Mac Jones beat him. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. He's going to go in this with incentive to win, to get these records. It's going to be a historic night. I mean, it's basically set in stone. I mean, this game, for him to pass Drew Brees in the records, it's already set in stone for him to win this game. If he doesn't win this game, wow, that would be fun to watch. And I really want the Patriots to win. So, remember, I'm definitely rooting for the Patriots because that means a better division record. But let's be honest, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. Never doubt the GOAT. Never doubt Tom Brady. I'm picking the Buccaneers, but moving on, Lions, Bears. Justin Fields will start again versus this Lions team. The Lions have had so much fight in these games. It's actually kind of ridiculous how much fight they've had. They almost got away with a win against Baltimore last week. And Justin Fields is in there versus a horribly coached Matt Nagy-led team. And just because I think Dan Campbell is a better coach than Matt Nagy, I'm picking the Lions here. I think they fought too hard, way too hard, to have a win here. So, Lions. Panthers versus the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a game that I think the Panthers finally get exposed. I think they get exposed. Let me just make sure everyone's running. Okay, sorry about the LBS. Anyway, the Dallas Cowboys, I think, will win this game, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Dallas looks great. CeeDee Lamb. Not Debo Samuel. What am I thinking? Not Gallup. Oh, my God. Amari Cooper. I'm so dumb. Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard, and Blake Jarwin. I mean, they have so many good offensive weapons, and not only mention Dak Prescott. So, and their defense looks great. Trevon Diggs looks great. Micah Parsons looks great. Their defense playing more physical. Now, is there issues? Definitely, there are some issues on that Dallas team, but obviously, and they have that one pass rusher that I am not going to name because I'm doing this all in one take. But the Cowboys, they should beat the Panthers. Even though the Panthers are a great team, do not get me wrong at all. The Panthers, Sam Darnold looks great. I think they can be picked apart. I think all the flaws, even though we were getting blown out, I think I saw some flaws in that Panthers team. And plus, they're injured. They have some big injuries. With Christian McCaffrey, I think he'll be out, but I have no idea. Picking Dallas. Falcons, Washington. So, if I had to think here, Washington, Taylor Heineke didn't look too good. The Atlanta Falcons looked all right. So, I'm still trying to think, right? Washington, they're Washington. Their defense has been underperforming. Terry McLaurin has probably been the best part about the Washington season so far. So, looking at the Falcons, they just got away with a breath of a win I forgot who they won against. I really wish I knew. I think the Giants. I'm really questioning on that, but the Falcons got away with a breath of a win. I think it gets the Giants, or no, they lost. I have no idea. Yeah, they beat the Giants. So, listen. If I really had to pick here, it's a hard decision. Yeah. I think I'm going to pick the football team. Just because, honestly, the coaching situation, even though the Falcons are very well coached, do not get me wrong, the Falcons are amazingly coached. Right now with their new front people, Matt Ryan's still going to do. Falcons could go away and win this game easily, but Washington I see as a favorite. Tara Heineke had a pretty upset game against another team that I also forgot. Anyway, Saints Giants, all right. The New Orleans Saints just got off of a win. So, you already know who I'm going to pick. Now, I do have the confidence to literally pick against my Saints if I know we're going to lose. This is a game on no aspect. No, not one aspect that I'm like, wow, this Giants... This thing on the Giants, they are better than us, and they could take advantage. There's not one position, and it's mostly due to injuries. If this team was healthy, I'd maybe be a little bit more worried, but these injuries, Sterling Shepard's out, that other receiver, Sterling Shepard, and I swear to God, my memory's horrible today, but I know who he is, and he's out. He's one of their best receivers. It's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to really do a summary. I'm just going to do a post-game thoughts video like I did last week for the Patriots. But here's what I'll say. I want to see Jameis unleash the ball more. And that does not mean I want to see interceptions. I still think he can keep it down. I'm expecting maybe a pick that isn't his fault. But we'll see. I'm not expecting a complete blowout, even though I'd love to see it, especially in our return. There's no reason that I can think of in my head right now how we lose this game unless we screw ourselves with turnovers, interceptions, sacks, and if they play better. And if they play better than us, then we're kind of screwed in narrative-wise. Let's move on. Seahawks, 49ers. Another good game. Seahawks and 49ers getting off pretty big losses against Minnesota and Green Bay. Both teams need this win desperately in the race of the NFC West. The NFC West. Rams and Cardinals sitting up 3-0. Man, some good games this week. Seahawks and 49ers. So, 49ers at the beginning of the season were expected to have one of the best defenses with a complemented offensive line. Russell Wilson still struggling with. So, 49ers, obviously, all 49ers fans want right now is pretty much they just want Trey Lance to start. And their defense is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And that's exactly why I'm picking Seattle. Because their defense is horrible, Jimmy G is inconsistent, and their receivers are also inconsistent. The 49ers are the worst team in the East, in the West. I don't know why I keep mixing that up. Seattle should win this game, but should is not will. Things always go. All these predictions are what should happen, but upsets exist. And I really haven't picked an upset yet. I can't really think of any of these upsets. The Lions or the Bears, you can call that an upset, but there's nothing really here that I'm like, whoever I pick, I think is a better team, is really what I'm saying here. And when it comes to the Cardinals and the Rams, I think the Rams are the better team. Through and through, the Rams are the better team. Defense, special teams, well, actually not really special teams because you missed that, better coaching. It's going to be a great game, don't get me wrong. This is going to be... Remember, the Cardinals and Rams, it's always good games. They're always going to have good games. They're both going to coach their asses off. Hey, and the Cardinals could go around and mess around and win. They could win easily. DeAndre Hopkins, all of them. But this is a different Rams team. This isn't Jared Goff. Oh, sorry about that. This isn't Jared Goff. Remember this. They kept it close last year with Jared Goff. It was a battle versus Jared Goff. This is Matthew Stafford. Okay. And this defense, they're about the same as last year, but, it's going to be harder. I think this identity is going to be a little too much for the Cardinals, and I think they just got off of another win, barely. So, yeah, these are my Week 4 predictions. These would be the standings, and look at this. If the Bengals win tonight, I think I have the Browns winning. I have the Ravens. Yeah, so even if the Browns win... and the Bengals win, the Bengals will still be number 1 in the North. Jesus. And Titans will be on top, and Colts will be 1-3. I mean, these are interesting. So, guys, tell me what you think about my predictions. I think these are pretty good. I'm actually pretty confident in these predictions. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.